totally crazy idea, but also brilliant at the same time. So, the story of Enki in Zandie's imagination, right? So, it's fictional, yes, but within it, it encompasses a lot of the real, factual, metaphysical processes told in a story that could be a cartoonish or animation. Enki creating, when let's say the Anunnaki created the humans, Enki coming in to ignite the creative principle in the humans. They were separated into male and female so that they are never fully the gods, or like their gods. They would need each other, and in that communicates with them and get instructions. However, Enki was like, no, they need to be autonomous and sovereign. Was told not to do that because they'll lose control. And if there's chaos, the whole cosmos might blow up. Enki had this burning thing within him because Enki already possessed duality, but in the most beautiful way, because him possessing that duality made him already one that is able to feel more, and by feel move atoms more, create more, instead of limiting and keeping things in straight lines of the way that they used to be. So he made them gods. By letting go, the creative principle within him would be sparking in his creation. So yes, the cycle goes haywire and back to good, haywire, back to good, like a sine wave. Now in this story, there will be a portion of him, because he never went back to the throne, his family. That's why he's the lost god. He decided to reside within his creation, as fragmented as he was there, believing and knowing that through patterns of abundance and differentiation, it will always somehow come together into whole again. Now we're going to go into the stories of Babylon being that fire side of him, Jerusalem being that calm, kind of flowing water side of him, to the characters now, him in human nature, yes, him in the human forms, where he's concentrated as the most, as whole or closest to whole as he can be. And now the only differentiation within him would be in the gametes, the Y and the X. Makes him kind of two species, but that two species contain order within, besides the gender, or the gender that actually creates another form, tangible form. So it would be now the twin flame life story. Within all of those different creations, they would be the ones that carry the most of them, all of the male or the masculine part of them, and all of the feminine part of them, which will be throughout lifetimes exchanging from male to male, these twin flames. In this lifetime, the other part who was female would be male, the other part was male is female. Now the story, hence getting the story of Adam and Eve, getting the story of Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, getting the story of now the ones who are going to give birth to the unity, the one, the Enki, the one who has all of what we have and the earth has, and all of that as female, because he was male in the beginning. Now the other side as a daughter. That daughter will be introduced to Murdoch, who is Enki's father, the Anunnaki god, who always wanted things to go in a control manner, the way that he could see what is going on. Therefore, he was like in the dark. He was the head of the forces of what we call darkness in this earth. But it wasn't really darkness, it was reminding to go back into order or straight lines. And that to a creative being meant prison, meant torture, meant being less of themselves, because that's the side of Enki. These two, the parents of this girl, are the Joker himself. Crazy Joker. Fiery. Coming with words. The masculine parts. But without the violence. And then the female. Kind of almost giving an impression of being less than, which is the opposite of the masculine part, where it's like she was born without an ego. Her ego is the tendency of her giving, nurturing, and protecting that crazy, intelligent side of her, and knowing that that side is the ignition for the spark of creation. That spark, which is now her husband, the Joker. She is that fuel, that gasoline, that first big bang that moves everything into being, and there's a light that comes as the Joker. They meet up in this lifetime. The cycle coming back to the beginning. The end being the beginning. And now, Enki's vision, the second one that will come out from the chaos, his order being more beautiful and different from the first order of his father. Now look at his father being amazed and so proud by the son that seemed like a black sheep.